This is a really tricky one, and the Renata we've seen a few times and has been very good at anti-dive, and Kellen has been one of the only players who's been able to consistently use it kind of like an engaged pick with his flash handshakes.
I'm willing to let them come back and show us that they are going to be capable, but it's looking a little bit dangerous. Let's get on the Rift, game 1.
And then there's the play as standard meta and give aiming all the money. And here on the global side, we're more leaning towards the first type of D+ draft. This one is definitely not that one. It is a standard draft where aiming is going to get money. And the Ophelio is not as standard, but standard for D+ and standard for aiming. As Viper and Delight are able to get here safely unseen. Doran also unseen, and Kingan's going to get the news very soon.
Yeah. Kingan might also... yeah, I think he smells something, and they spot that the Cassante is moving towards Lucid's jungle. Lucid going to be able to take his Raptor camp.
Plates have, as we will go back over to this. I didn't actually see.
Did he just flash Q to get the popcorn chickens? He did.
Okay.
He actually just did that to try and deny Lucid. We'll be able to take this Rift Scuttler as well after he's finished preparing it.
Tougher to get grasp stacks into the Corki. He did go for Conqueror's Peanut, now also going to harass here.
Yeah, Rucola does come down. There's Peanut just wanting to try and make friends with these Raptors. It'll take him a little bit of time, but there he goes. Just going to smite that one away. Top of the morning to you, Lucid.
Yeah. Over SHOWMAKER, they both already teleported, and he's stacked up 10 CS the advantage, has a cull purchased as well.
Light taking a lot of damage here. As aiming with that bailout, boosting up the attack speed a little bit, really helping out here. And just utilizing the Graviton very, very well. It is going to be Lucid securing that first grub. Peanut going to come on over. And now the Megana and the Sejuani and Bristle.
Free 6 because it's really easy for the Corki to Valkyrie. Oh, this is a little bit rough. So that's furthering the problem here. Remember, SHOWMAKER does not have teleport.
He does have a blanket, though. By this Ivan composition, Lucid going to try and cancel my words, as that was a flash. That was so sick from Doran. Just going to be able to flash ulti his way out. Of course, that's some big cooldowns that needed to be invested. That's a really cool way of doing it. Weird and wonderful ways.
But this show of the Sejuani topside is another way to then punish and go bottom here and take this dragon. It was a Chemtech dragon here to start things off, so...
Not to mention Aphelios, who, if he does get red-white, especially white, you can really cut through the turrets. Zeka taking a lot of damage here from Kingan. Just standing his ground, though. Takes a fossil to the back of the head. 2 plates down in the mid lane. And Hanwha Life have just brute forced this one back as... Glacial Prison, not quite going to land. Almost hit aiming, but that's the same team, so that one's not going to work out. So Lucid is going to have to slink back into the jungle.
You know, when they... Okay, Kingan...
he is walking the wrong direction. As Daisy's going to come up, there's an all-out to interrupt the hop. And this could just be first blood right here, and there it is. It's Doran that locks it out. Have too many options when Viper has Cleanse.
Exactly, he has Cleanse. He doesn't care. Now SHOWMAKER's just going to get caught.
I've seen this movie before. It, in fact, just happened. Magnet Storm going to come on through. That is going to be the Emperor's Divide, but Zeka's going to turn up, and SHOWMAKER realizes that he's been checkmated.
Hanwha Life are just running circles around D+ this game.
And Delight able to just walk up and press Hex Splash, which is just pretty crazy. Peanut goes down to about 50%. As Dplus still trying to find some angles here. Daisy getting amongst it. Good handshake there onto Delight, who's taking a lot of damage. Aiming has some really good guns for this moment. Peanut going to get taken down low. SHOWMAKER with the flash. Doesn't actually press the ulti button just yet, as he doesn't even have it available, but Peanut's still so incredibly low. There is an all-out from Doran, though, as Kingan just going to crush his way out of there, and no one is dead.
Such a good setup for D+, because they had the Emperor's Divide set up that they could use defensively. Viper.
There is the Emperor's Divide. He finally uses it into the handshake. And aiming is going to be delivered some money.
Divide. They had a really nice front line there. Kingan's Narbar. Uh-oh, speaking of Kingan.
Oh dear. Well, Zeka is going to look for the mini Gnar once again. He's charging up towards the Mega, but he's on about 200 health. And there he goes. Not even able to get the Mega Gnar. And solo kill here for Zeka, pulling ahead even further in that metric. Yeah, they're just going to start it themselves. Lucid is currently backing, and Delight is spotted on a ward. I imagine D+ has an inkling as to what's going on here, but can they actually get over is the question. Lucid does cancel the back, but can they actually get in time is the question, as Kingan's going to have to flash over, but it's not even going to be possible. The Baron, it's just highway robbery here for Hanwha Life Esports, and they're thinking that maybe they'll look for a fight as well as Viper.
Slow, and they end up losing the Baron here, losing a turret. SHOWMAKER?
Yeah, Zeka is just going to come on over. SHOWMAKER has to go golden. Hostile takeover is good. defensively, but the big one is massive. Bailout, oh no, SHOWMAKER, can he actually get a kill? Is the question. He throws down the ulti, Doran's flashing over the wall, and aiming, nowhere for him to go. Smashed back with a third Q. And this is looking like a shellacking. Well, yes, it's a methodical one. Palmolive Esports are just cruising towards the first victory in this Saturday showdown.
Straight up win here for Hanwha Life. Better macro, way better objective control. A classic double 80 carry Ivoncop. The lane swap was clean. Peanuts early passing, amazing. He's 6 out of 8 KP. And Dplus get absolutely crushed. A near complete reversal of what we saw the first time these two teams met at the beginning of the season. And Hanwha Life strike in.
Dante.
Yeah, so I think they'll probably keep that one top. The Janna, though, considered
a little
here.
bit of reckless flavor. Oh man, no, it's just going to be Brom. So never mind. Delight going to bring that one out. They do have a bit of engage with the Sejuani, but this does put them on the low ebb when it comes to being able to start fights. So they could possibly leverage that. See whether we get 3 games to this Saturday showdown as we jump to the Rift for the second.
With no Braum pressure in the jungle either. Does seem pretty likely that's going to be the case. Kingen sticks around. They're going to push bottom side. Demolish, not on the Poppy here, but on the Braum. So that's going to help them, win out against, or at least try to even out against the lane swap protection.
And that could be important here. Although it doesn't really feel like the checkmate Braum type scenario. Outside of having a very strong level 1, like you were talking about previously.
Yeah, I think it's great for what they're trying to do with the lane swap, and they are going to deny a lot of farm here. We'll be able to grab this plate as well. And yes, plates are going down bottom side here, but Dplus are kind of paralyzed right now, and Doran's just going to TP, and against the solo Kai'Sa, there's no punish, no one to stun him. They drop the ward down too late. He shows up.
Is going to be possible.
Still getting the dragon as well, Atlas, all while this is happening. And this is just Viper setting up domination in this game already. Like, it's a tough matchup into the Kai'Sa, but not at level 5, because Viper is still fine down here. He's got the all-in angle.
Yeah, he is actually going to look for it. Does press the ultimate button, as there's a killer instinct from aiming. Is going to be able to prop the plasma, as in goes Kellen. Viper surviving for the moment, but the Acathian rain comes down, and Kellen will fall. It's a 1-for-1, but first blood over to aiming. Is the one there to pick up the experience.
Exactly.
Oh.
Not too happy that he died. Just feels like the inevitability of this comp later on, because the Rumble also didn't get massive advantages, doesn't have teleport. Speaking of...
Yeah, Peanut going to find the Glacial Prison. Kingen just looking to try and get himself out of here. Does have the Equalizer, puts it down. Beautiful position as Doran is just going to burn down. Kingen looking for more as well, as Peanut's going to take that harpoon to the back of the head, and Flame Spitter takes him down. A double for the Rumble. That's why this champion has to be banned, and Kingen demonstrates it beautifully.
The frustrating part about this, too, for Doran has got to be that in game 1, you staved off the pressure. You were able to escape a lot of the tough
that
points.
Equalizer could not be better positioned.
Literally perfect, right? But if you're Doran in this game, as he is going to be able to get it with the harpoon, if you're Doran in this game, you're like, we actually staved off the pressure, but then we got too greedy. We pushed too hard here, and we got outplayed.
This is his moment, right? Like, we're hitting the mid game as aiming does find a bunch of damage with the Void Seeker. Glacial Prison going to be cleansed immediately, and the Keeper's verdict is you're going home. I do want to say as well, I just realized why this Poppy is so good. I'm going to have to hold the thought, though, because Zeka is moving towards his bottom lane. And Kellen's going to turn up. There's the flash. The heroic charge, and aiming is going to be able to put this Corki down. Delight puts up the door. Aiming says, all right, beautiful. About Poppy is that, oh, never mind. Viper is just in so much trouble. The chain's going to connect the flash forward from SHOWMAKER, but it's not quite enough. And in comes Lucid just to try and get another charge. He will be able to get it. Warrior Trickster to try and get him out of there, but the Winter's Bite will connect. The Christmas trees come up. There's a Cyclone as Lucid going to get stunned up. Some chains are going to connect here as now Kellen gets in. Another heroic charge. Aiming going to be able to pick up another kill, and it was all a cunning ruse. It was all a bait. It's a double kill for aiming, and my God, I thought that maybe this Saturday Showdown wouldn't deliver, but here it is. It turns up.
I'm going to kill the champions. I'm going to kill the turret. I'm going to take all the money.
Remember, if he gets another one, he is the Gold King for 2024, by the way. As Viper, he's probably not, as he's going to have to get out of here as best he can. Kellen's coming on over. Oh, the buckler to the back of the noggin, but he is going to be okay for the moment. Kingen wants to find, he's just, okay, almost survives as the keeper's verdict comes in. The rest of Dplus making their way over. Killer Instinct gets aiming in there, and yes, the Rumble goes down, but that's a great knockup, so never mind. It is just a 1-for-1 in the end. Yep. We're going to have a look at this fight, okay, Viper actually not able to be killed, but SHOWMAKER gets back to the distortion and will survive. You just look at the draft, you're like, is this the Dplus win draft? Yeah. And this is an example of one of them that does. This was pretty close, though, from Viper.
Yeah, SHOWMAKER gets the Electrocute proc here, and Viper actually dashes out of his chains. He loses his clone, but he does get him here in the end. That final Q going to come through. And this is... Yeah, he just didn't
just
even get hit by a Void Seeker. He just walked in. Yeah, unfortunate.
I think he did get hit by a Void Seeker, but it didn't have anything to do with how it
it wasn't a snipe. Yeah, it wasn't like he got caught by it. He, Baron...
Not what I was thinking happened at all.
On spawn, SHOWMAKER's holding the door. He may get punished.
Yeah, Glacial Prison going to come down. Keeper's verdict is that Peanut is not allowed in here, but SHOWMAKER might be taken down. He's trying to distort his way out of there. Viper is able to help take him down, but the Baron is the trade. And I think that if you were going to check the, you know, the receipts at the end, right, some bounty gold going on over to Hanwha Esports, as that means that the Baron power play is going to be negative, but that might be changing pretty soon as SHOWMAKER's teleported in. Doran is teleporting out via the Death Chamber. Man, like, SHOWMAKER's LeBlanc has the most main character energy ever. As we're going to go into this team fight, Delight is going to get taken down pretty quickly here. SHOWMAKER just needs another couple of spells, but never mind. Delight will survive. And, oh, no. Void Seeker is actually going to be the thing that kills him this time.
They kind of killed it already.
Yeah, suffering from success a little bit here as aiming is going to find a Void Seeker. Peanut says top of the morning to you, and then he's going to die. Aiming going to get his 9th.
He's really aiming for the 1,500 kills, you know? I don't actually know where we're at.
Yeah, he might get that many in this game. If it keeps going the way that it is. The more this Plasma stacks up, the more dangerous it gets. As Harpoon, even that is looking a bit scary. As SHOWMAKER diving forward. Oh, Kellen just takes that prison to the noggin, but he's still able to keep them on this equalizer for quite some time. Cyclone comes in, and now Kingen is just flashing for Viper. They take down Delight to start this one off. Doran is limping into his jungle. Zeka going to be taken down by Lucid. Nimbus Strike's going to sort that one out. Peanut is flashing away, and SHOWMAKER is searching for Viper, wanting to kill him just one more time in this game. Is definitely a very slippery champion. So that's going to be a tough one, as he does manage to at least tag him there with that burst fire. But there goes the Zeri, and there goes game number 2, and we get a decider in today's Saturday Showdown. An absolutely fantastic one. This, remember guys, this is for second place for all intents and purposes. Dplus, they managed to do it last time around. They're seeing whether they can do it again. Game 1 wasn't close, neither was game 2, but we're still going to a game number 3. It's absolutely fantastic. As the equalizer is going to come down one more time. They can kill this if they would like to, but they want to get more kills for aiming. 10, 0, and 2 now on this Kai'Sa, as now they're going to back away because respawns have come in. Okay, let's see what we can actually find here as Lucid's on about 10 health. Burning. There's a Cyclone to try and stop it. It's Killer Instinct into the backline, and aiming just kills everyone. It's the triple, and I guess it was a bait all along. I don't know.
13 kills for the Kai'Sa. The Gold King will take out the Nexus, and we're going to a third one.
You best believe he's taking this kill as well, and there it is, 14 in the end of the day, or at the end of this game, and he is not wasting any time. Straight to the coach's booth. Let's do it again.
It's quite strong here. Very good into Leona, and
a much more even draft state, I reckon, moving into game number 3. Let's see how it goes.
Doran already sussed this out. He's playing super far back. Isn't going to get pushed into any walls. Isn't going to have to start hop. It's going to be
and in fact, Delight looking for a little bit of a answer here as the hop forward from Doran, leapfrogging over Zeka. That was some Yordle synergy. You love to see it as Kellen on vision right now. And Peanut is here as well. It is 4 people from Hanwha Esports in this area. Lucid now going to be set up. But 3 versus 2 in this isolated scenario as they do manage to get... Oh, the heroic charge is so good. That is first blood going over to Kellen. And now it is a 2 versus 2. Jace is going to be here a little bit late, though, and Zeka gets the roam over. Now Lucid trying to turn it. Delight flashes away, and it's a 1-for-1 trade in the end.
Kill going over to the Tristana here versus going over to the Poppy. Definitely a trade up, even with the first blood. He's still a little bit less here in the mid lane in this matchup for SHOWMAKER, so can trade aggressively as he is doing, and that's correct to do, but that extra kill is going to definitely make it easier for Zeka to play this one out.
Picked up as Delight roaming a little bit late. They want to actually challenge for these grubs. They are already starting to go down. Kingen with the lane control that he did have hit 6 before Doran was able to get there, because of course he did have his stint in the Death Chamber earlier on, and will finally hit level 6 now. Peanut coming on over and should be able to steal this. Yeah, it does so with the smite up and available. Delight, Plasma going to get procced, so a fair bit of damage onto the Leona. But so, couple of grubs going on over. We've got a little bit of a fight here towards the bottom side as well. Shield of Daybreak comes in as Viper looking to try and chase after the Poppy. He does so. Can Aiming get the kill back? Killer Instinct comes in. One more auto will do it. There he finally finds it. And now looking to try and take down Delight as well. But the Leona's pretty scary. Supercharger, there it is, and it's a double for Aiming. Oh dear. I'm Alive Esports fans should be worried. Like Nara's going to struggle a whole lot with it as well. We're going to check out this bottom lane play from the perspective of the Gold King himself.
Yeah, look at this steadfast presence. I mean, Viper is focusing on Aiming. Delight is just zoned here. Cleanse is fantastic, but I mean, Delight can't do anything here. And then look at this. Like, do I have to flash for this? Nope. Just barely enough.
Flash the whole time as well.
That really turns around the bad skirmish that happened topside.
Oh, there's another steadfast presence. Not actually there from Kellen. He's going to run away. Does have Lucid in the area. He was starting off this dragon. And Extendo Beam almost clipping Kellen there as well as he makes his way out.
Great start here for Zeka, and we'll see what he can do with sizes. Lucid,
Lucid is going to dive on forward. Does have the ulti. He's going to miss it. The Gnar does come out as Lucid's going to have to flash, and Doran just wandering his way through. That was just not exactly what Lucid was looking for there. These Glacial Prisons have been really hard to hit this week.
Below his hitbox there, and then he has Mega Gnar, and they cannot reach him.
Yeah, and SHOWMAKER is now in trouble as well. Buster Shot's going to come on through, and yeah, the Nature's Grasp, not even necessary. It's just a parade of cats for fun here. And Zeka is going to be a side lane monster.
And Delight's just shadowing him to guarantee they get this. They might even be able to get more.
Yeah, there is Kellen in the area, aiming.
Peanut's
trying
here.
to do what he can. Yeah, Peanut comes around. That is going to be the turret falling, though, as there's the flash out. Steadfast Presence comes in. Some more cats parading through.
Kellen is really making a case as a counter pick to Leona.
Yep, well, there's a Glacial Prison. This one's going to hit, but Delight, he has Eclipsed. It is going to wear off, though, so he's going to die. Aiming collects his third killing spree for the Kai'Sa. On the bottom side, yeah, SHOWMAKER is going to be able to secure it there. Does sacrifice a bit of his health bar, but the Rift Herald does come down, and that's looking to break open this outer turret in mid lane. Big tempo swing if they do manage to take it down, but it is just going to be put down to very, very low health, so only a little bit of free time. And Zeka, speaking of free time, is here in the top lane.
But it went over first. SHOWMAKER.
Yeah, Kellen moving in, Aiming actually going to have to flash out of that play, keep his verdict to try and keep Delight interested in this play as Viper does have to flash, gets himself out of the way of that one. The Shock Blast is going to connect, almost the last hit with the Glacial Prison. And it is the Winter's Wrath that's able to lock down the Leona now. Zeka is rocket jumping in. Lucid just going to stand his ground, but the AoE damage is just gigantic. Kellen tries to get Viper out of that fight. He almost picks up the kill, actually, as Kingen looking for Zeka. He flashes over. He is indeed a ruthless predator and will be able to take down the Tristana. And somehow the kill goes to Aiming.
The fight there is on a knife's edge. SHOWMAKER.
Yeah, Killer Instinct comes in, and that's a Fed Kai'Sa for you. Sets it up, and he's going to knock him down. Doran here, a little bit late to the party, turning up like Donald Glover, I think. This shot was so weird there as well.
Yeah. Oh, this is SHOWMAKER's point of view. I was like, is this Viper's point of view? He's asking for the ult.
Yep, he's just like, make sure that you can ult in, and we'll kill him. And they are pushing on an inner turret, and you can tell exactly why Dplus are trying to defend this. Lucid going to be coming in. The Nature's Grasp comes down. Doran is really, really dead, but they get the Crocodile as well. Two top laners, both lying on the ground, as now Dplus looking to chase out Hanwha from this play. They weren't able to take down the turret. And Kellen looking for an angle. Delight moving forward. Might be a mistake there as a heroic charge. Does push him towards the wall, but not into it. And Kellen's going to be punished. That's going to be the kill, and it's in fact Delight that grabs it. Some Portal combat victory.
It's a 2-for-1 here. It's an early game, but then we go to decision making. It's not happening. For this season, it's really not been the case, but in this draft, it's such a tough call to make, and they're a little bit indecisive, but there's no punish here from Hanwha just yet. Zeka maybe in danger.
Yeah, the Glacial Prison does go wide, but Zeka is jumping the wrong direction. That's a Killer Instinct, and that is a dead Tristana. Side lane pick comes in, and Aiming will have to back off the Dragon. Let's see whether Dplus can dissuade them from completing this, as there is vision up and available. Lucid going to go in, look for a 50-50, and there it is. The Keeper's Verdict gets the jungler out of there. Kellen tries to relieve them of any sort of re-engage, but Kingen now finds himself in a very unfortunate position. He is still just slicing and dicing, acting all cool, but he is still going to be put down. That is going to be Zeka locking that one up. And Dplus are going to also claim themselves a Ocean Drake. Yeah, SHOWMAKER does have teleport available. Doran just going to chase after King, and Keeper's Verdict going to be invested just to make sure that the Crocodile doesn't fall down. He slices. Is it going to be enough to get him out of the way of the Nature's Grasp? The answer is yes, because Kellen soaks it for him. Steadfast Presence is brilliant to deny Delight the engage. That's a Glacial Prison. It didn't really do too much there. Shock Blast actually going to land on both of the carries. Extendo Beam almost connecting.
Doran getting closer to an R, but very far forward.
Yeah, Doran actually going to get engaged on here just a little bit. Kellen going to be the one punished for it, though. And Viper, he collects that kill, and now is it the Zeri moment? Have we waited 32 minutes for it? We have indeed. It's a double. Kingen wasn't even there. He's just in this mid lane trying to tidy up some turrets.
Yeah, okay, Delight also a little bit exposed here, but I don't think he can follow up on that. That's way too risky, even with his cleanse available. SHOWMAKER's going to take a shot at him. We'll miss.
Who I think has just put his Infinity Edge together as well. That's a powerful one. Oh dear, I don't know about that one, Delight, as he goes way too far, but Keeper's Verdict gets him out of there, and Viper is just by himself. Oh my goodness, these Poppy ults have been absolutely gigantic. Still, Life Esports on this Dragon, and the health bars are getting lower and lower. SHOWMAKER, the one that can sort of stand up front, as Peanut's able to lock this one down despite the fact. Yeah, and that should mean that Dplus can just stand here and take it. Keeper's Verdict isn't up and available, though, so there is a 50-50 opportunity. Peanut getting towards the pit, but it is going to be the Baron going down. Can they win the team fight, though, is the question, as Kellen, the first one to explode. Killer Instinct into the backline is aiming, trying to get it done. There goes Zeka. It's a double for Doran, though, and he's trying to get some work done, but it's just not working.
The Baron is down.
This is telling to turn.
Telling him to turn.
Yeah. Go for the Triss. Go for the Triss. And he gets into the brush. Nice work from King in there to make sure that they have the vision.
All right, 10 seconds.
Yeah, that is going to be Peanut carried towards Kellen and SHOWMAKER here as Nature's Grasp not getting a whole lot of value. There's a Glacial Prison connecting. Peanut kind of out of the fight for the moment. Void Seeker not going to connect. Now, Life Esports finding themselves some time with this Dragon. Oh, could we have a 7 Elementaler? That could be pretty fun. There we go. That's at least 6. Is this fight going to work out, though? Is Delight already down so incredibly low? Void Seeker, they're all of them so incredibly dangerous. Shock Blast now connecting. Doran on the side as Kingen is now looking for an opportunity. Keeper's Verdict not going to be in range of anything at all, as Lucid still just corralling as best he can. Hanwha, they're just going to get out, though.
Yeah, looks like they do get out, but trying to engage here could be a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, wanting to be able to get themselves a red buff here, as well as Viper has just thrown down the ulti. Kellen finds himself on the wrong side of the fight. The slows are massive from these saplings. Extendo Beam's going to get so many flashes, and the Boomerang's going to connect from Doran. SHOWMAKER, will he be able to keep himself alive? The answer is no, because Viper is flashing after him, and there's only 50 seconds left on this Baron.
SHOWMAKER has TP.
Yeah, we have to be very careful of Kellen, who now has his ulti interrupted. There is the Baron going over to Life Esports. That's going to be their first of the game, but now the flank angle from King, and can he find Viper is the question. The answer is yes, and Aiming's going to be able to execute him. Now they're looking for more. Zeka is still an 80 carry in this fight, but he's pushed away. Delight going to be punished as well, and Dplus Kia in the clutch. They find the pick they were looking for.
The Baron still goes over to Hanwha Life, but it was so clean. Kingen sets him up, now interrupted. Risky call here from Zeka, but it is going to be relatively valuable here.
It was just for a moment or two, as there is two missing from this fight. Now Doran into Light, out of position. Viper trying to be the hero, but I think Doran's going to go down. That's another one for aiming, but in goes to Light. They find the kill under SHOWMAKER. Can Kingen get any CC down? The answer is not quite yet. As Killer Instinct, there's the 1v1 between the 280 carries. Viper's down to his GA. And Zeka, he's going to be eliminated as well. Aiming goes into his Sonya's, but then he's taken out from the grave as Viper is still alive. And he's able to get the double, and Hanwha Esports, against everything, are going to be able to take the series over Dplus.
The high value lifesteal there from Viper as he is able to survive through everything. The GA means you gotta kill him twice.